What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, just going to be discussing all the stuff we're going to be getting. Smite 7.7 bonus balance for the mid-season update, and 7.8, which will be out on August, I think, 10th or 11th. Pretty much, I'm not quite sure what they're calling it. You guys will see in either like the thumbnail or the title, but for some reason, these patch notes are two separate pages. I'd rather have the patch notes on one page. For some reason, they got the bonus balance on a separate page, and then they have 7.8 on another page, so I'm going to have to swap between pages. For some reason, I don't know. But, Smite update discussion video. If you guys like these videos, let me know by leaving a like, sharing the video, and subscribing if you are new. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Not really the bonus balance, but this next update is kind of probably one of the more boring patches we've gotten in recent memory. Like, there's really nothing of substance in this next patch, which I'm fine with, but as long as we get updates to the game, I'm not going to complain. But there's not really much substance apart from a new assassin, which I'll go over here in a little bit. But we're going to be going over the bonus balance real quick first. There's not really, honestly, like too much stuff to even talk about for this patch either. These two new patches, the bonus balance and 7.8. There just really isn't that much stuff. Granted, there's a decent amount of skins and some item balance to the gods and stuff like that, but like normally for an update, you'd have a little bit more. I feel like there's not really much exciting for this update apart from maybe like a few skins and a new assassin mainly. We're going to be getting some new skins. I'm telling you guys right now, a lot of these skins I really don't care about. Horus is getting a new skin, okay. It's been a while since Horus got a skin. I'm fine with that, I guess. I really don't care for like the whole scaly type skins. I really don't care for them. King Arthur's was okay. Horus, not a fan of. Probably one of the top two skins. There's only really about two skins in this update that I'm really looking forward to. This Persephone skin right here looks absolutely insane. Now, they didn't show like the effects from all her abilities or anything. They just showed her in-game model. Absolute dope. I really like this Persephone skin. Definitely one of my top played mid laners as well. I absolutely love playing Persephone. She's so fun. We're going to be getting another Cupid skin. Now, don't get me wrong, but didn't Cupid, like about a month and a half ago, get a skin? Quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Cupid about a month and a half ago got like a skin along with Kumbhakarna. I'm pretty sure he did like a goblin type skin. I don't know why he needs another skin. Some item balance, which I'll go over this stuff really quickly. The Shadow Steel Shuriken's actually getting a buff, which I'm telling you guys right now, on the live patch, it is really underwhelming. People don't even really build anti-heal, just because they're doing so much raw damage that it's like almost impossible to heal through anyways. I actually think the best healer in the game right now is actually Ra, just because you can get away from like team fights and just heal by yourself away from a team fight. Like all the other healers that are like currently in team fights, other healers like Aphrodite, Hale, like the hunters and the mages and the assassins right now are doing like more damage than they've ever done before with all the new items and the new itemization for all of them, especially the auto attack gods. It's like really difficult, even with no anti-heal. It's just really difficult to heal through all that stuff. Even if they don't have like anti-heal and stuff like that, just with your base heals, they're just doing so much damage. Shadow Steel Shuriken, it's going to be getting a decreased cost, a little bit more physical power, that's fine. Golden Blade. Now this is the wrong icon. I don't know why this is. I'm not 100% sure if this is the right. I'm not quite sure if this is actually the right. I think I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I'm thinking of the Hasten Katana. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Golden Blade. I actually don't even build this on like most of my auto attack gods anyways. I'm not really too fond of this. I really don't care. I usually pass this up for like crit or something else on most of my builds anyways. Golden Blade, they're decreasing the attack speed from 20 to 15% and decreasing the minion AoE damage from 75 to 50% on items passive, which, don't quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the blade that gives you the 50% damage done to minions or gods within like a certain radius, like a 10 unit radius around where you're fighting, I think. Serrated Edge increased the cost from 2,400 to 2,250, so it has a little bit more of a cost. I really don't think this is going to affect Serrated Edge that much. You're going to be building this as your last 2 items anyways, and by that time you really have an overflowing amount of gold anyways in that point of the game. And the gods you do build it on are kind of farmy gods, so you're going to be farming a lot anyways. I don't think this is really going to be that much of a nerf to the item. Spear of the Magus, increase the cost from 2450 to 2600, decrease the duration of the passive from 10 to 7 seconds, increase the cooldown of the passive from 10 to 15 seconds, so you can't proc it as soon now. I don't know, I still think it's going to be a top tier item. These nerfs really don't do too much to it. Heartseeker seeing a little bit of a nerf. Decrease the physical power from 75 to 65, so Heartseeker is still going to be one of the best, if not the best item in the game on a majority of the gods. This is going to do nothing for it, especially just because they decreased the price from 1900 down to 1700 as a tier 3. Still way too much value for that type of price, in my honest opinion. Soul Reaver, I don't know why they're nerfing Soul Reaver. I think the real thing they should have focused on was the Spear of the Magus. I really don't know why Soul Reaver needs some type of nerf. Decrease magical power from 110 down to 95. I don't know, I think we can actually see Soul Reaver falling out of meta, just because it's built on a lot of your mages and stuff like that. Currently your auto attack mages, so I don't know, and sometimes your auto attack mages. I know there's a lot of other items you can run on those, but mainly for your mid lane gods, mainly mages, you're going to be picking up as more of a late game item. I don't know, you can maybe see it being picked up Book of Thoth now, because Book of Thoth has about the same value now. Typhon's Fang fixed an issue with items giving 10 more magical power than intended. Kind of a bug fix. Ring of Hecate, one of the most broken items in the game currently. Increased the cost from 25 to 2600, and removed the healing increase per stack on the item's passive. Right now in the live patch, guys, you run lifesteal on pretty much any auto attack ADC god, mage type god, Soul, Freya, Chronos, other stuff like that. And you just run lifesteal, and then you rush Ring of Hecate as your first or second item. You run boots, lifesteal boots, and you just stack 1 or 2 things of lifesteal, and you're pretty much unkillable. You do so much damage in 1v1s, you're almost impossible to kill with the amount of healing and the amount of damage you're putting out. It's kind of the only item in the game currently that's really makes mage ADCs viable. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be too huge of a nerf. Maybe for things like Freya, just because it procs off Freya's passive. For Chronos and Soul, I think they're still going to be really good. Warrior's Bane fixed an issue where there was allowing gods to gain more than 40% pen. Bug fix. Soul Eater, I really don't even know why Soul Eater is even getting some type of nerf. I don't know if they realize or not, but most of the gods that actually use Soul Eater now are warriors that don't have Glad Shield. So by nerfing this item, they're indirectly nerfing a lot of the warriors that use this as a replacement for Glad Shield. I don't know why they're even nerfing it. I honestly don't. Hand of the Gods is getting a little bit of a buff just because they increased the damage they increased the health of a lot of the jungle camps with this last update. Bakasura, they're reverting a buff they gave him last patch, which honestly, you can even go back to the video and I said I don't even know why they were giving him this buff last patch when he was already really overpowered and broken last patch. They're going to be reverting the buff they gave him this last patch, so you're going to be getting a little bit less heal. I think it's heal and maybe DR. Camazotz is getting some type of nerfs. I honestly don't know why they're nerfing Camazotz. Probably one of the only soul laners that still has some type of self-sustain left in base. Cthulhu's getting some more nerfs. I'm not going to talk about him very much. Any Cthulhu nerf I'll take because he's still absolutely broken over in duel. As a support, probably the top support in the game alongside things like Ratatasker and maybe a couple other things currently. Raijin, I don't know why they're nerfing Raijin. A lot of the hunters and junglers currently just dive Raijin and he really can't do much. I really don't know why they're nerfing him again. We got some Ratatasker nerfs, probably the best jungler in the game currently, and even best top 3 solo laners. And even a worthy candidate for support as an aggressive support. They're nerfing in some of his acorns, decreasing the physical power on his acorn or evergreen acorn, which I think is the heal one, and the Bristlebush acorn. The dart bonus damage is now decreased from 40% bonus down to 35%, which also scales with the scaling of the ability. That's all we got for bonus balance. I don't know why, like I said, I don't know why they put these on 2 separate pages. So now I got to go back, and then we got to go to this page. I don't know why they did that. Here's the most exciting thing out of this entire patch, guys. God of the Moon. That's going to be the next 7.8, not bonus balance. We got a new Japanese god. I'm not 100% sure how you say it. Tsukuyomi. I think it's called Tsukuyomi. I'm going to go into depth with this just because I think this is really cool. And we have not got an assassin. The last assassin we got, guys, was Set. And that's a long-ass time ago. We have not had an assassin since. So it's been quite a while since we got assassin. I think this one's actually really, really fucking good from what I've seen. PTS is also supposed to be out on Friday. Shigetsu and Mengetsu pretty much is passive. I think this is passive right here. When you do like a certain amount of auto attacks, you pretty much empower your blades is what he uses to attack, and gets a 50% of cleave and restores mana. Empowering Mengetsu deals bonus damage and restores health. So he has 2 separate blades. If you do a certain number of auto attacks, one of them will cleave, and then one of them will do restore your health and some mana. So and some bonus damage. So that's kind of a cool passive. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, from what we've seen and what we're going to be getting with this assassin, I think on launch, it looks like he's going to be extremely balanced. I don't think he's going to be absolutely broken. I think he's going to be in the right spot. He might need 1 or 2 nerfs, maybe 1 buff, I don't know. But from what I've seen in the update show and what I'm reading, and I've read over this already, but I read the entire patch notes earlier because I was curious. And from what these patch notes really say, and all the stuff that's going to be going in, I think it's going to be relatively balanced for a new released god. Ability number 1, Dark Moon Shuriken. Summoning a Dark Moon Shuriken. The Shuriken damages enemies and stops on gods, sticking into them. If Tsukuyomi gets close to the god, he retrieves the Shuriken and reduces its cooldown by 50%, 40%. After casting this ability, his next basic attack becomes a ranged attack. So you throw it out, and then your next attack after that's going to be an auto range attack. So it's kind of like a long range, medium range poke ability that does bonus damage and sticks to the opponent. Next one is going to be more of like a close range, right up in your face ability. Both of his blades form themselves into a kurigama. Swings the weapon to his left and right, damaging, disarming, and enemies hit. If he lands both, he'll get a stun. So he does have CC in his kit, which is always very good to have for an assassin. So that's one thing that'll make him really solid. Ability number 3, Silver Moon Cattle Caltrops. It's pretty much like a spike. So if you like throw spikes on the ground, if they walk, they take damage. They get a huge slow, and get a free ranged attack off it as well. So it's kind of an AoE that slows everyone as you get a free range attack after you drop it onto the ground. Kind of cool. And his ultimate, probably one of the coolest ultimates in the game for like most of the assassins, in my honest opinion. Tsukuyomi channels the power of the full moon, gaining CC immunity and 50% DR. He flies forward with 4 powerful, piercing beams of moonlight. Enemies hit, take damage, and become marked. Each beam can hit up to 3 enemy gods, so you can mark 3 enemy gods. I think this ultimate would really work good in like a team fight as well, where there's like multiple people standing around. You just ult them all and just chip them down to like half automatically. After firing all the beams, Tsukuyomi charges forward at the speed of light, dashing through all enemies in the order they were hit, dealing heavy damage. Tsukuyomi will end the dash at its final enemy hit. And if you guys missed the update show, they showed it on the update show. Probably one of the coolest looking ultimates we have out of all the assassins, and maybe even in the game. He pretty much throws out like 3 beams that stick to people. You mark people, and after I think 4 seconds, he's just like randomly dashes around. It's really fucking cool. I can't even explain it, but honestly, I'm just actually really waiting to use him just based off his ultimate alone. I think his ultimate's really fucking cool. Not really too much else to talk about. Got a new assassin. Really happy. Can't wait to play him. Some new skins. Here's probably the second skin that I'm only really looking forward to, and probably out of all these skins. Too bad it's in a bundle. I really don't like buying these bundles. I really don't. Just because they give you skins. I was going to buy the Persephone bundle, but I really don't want to buy the Horus skin. I wish they were actually direct purchase, but I don't know if they are, but Wild Style Pele. Kind of reminds me of Graffiti Tracer from Overwatch, a lot of other type of stuff. Really cool if you guys did not see the in-game model. Really cool and really unique Pele skin. This is probably the only skin that I'm 100% maybe going to buy, depending on how many gems I have when it does release. Believe it or not, this Umoja skin is actually a tier 4 skin. I bet you guys are saying, like, whoa, this is a tier 4 skin, guys, meaning you have to buy all the bundles that are currently available, which is these 2 skins, the last 2 on the last page, and then 2 before, to get this skin right here. It doesn't, from what they showed, it does not even look like a tier 4 skin, honestly. Like, it looks really basic. It looks as basic and even worse than, like, some of the Battle Pass skins we've gotten for, like, these Angelic Archon type skins, similar to, like, what Ra got, what Jingwei got, like, I think 1 or 2 Battle Passes ago. I don't know. I feel like it's just really underwhelming for a tier 4. Glad I'm not buying the bundles, honestly. I feel bad for anybody that bought the bundles hoping to get a good tier 4 skin. Honor's getting a new skin. I really don't think this style fits Honor. I always picture Honor as being like a badass, like, lion, tiger type guy. I don't know. From what they showed in, like, the sprite preview and stuff like that, I really don't think this skin fit Honor. There were so many other gods in the game you could have gave this type of skin to. Honor did not need this type of skin. I honestly don't think he did. I'm not going to complain because Honor has not got a skin in forever, but just for him getting this first skin after, like, almost forever and it being this type of skin, kind of disappointing if I'm being completely honest. Morgan's going to be getting a new skin, kind of more of like a techno, like, hacker type skin. And then we got some recolors for the new assassin. Looks really cool. And then we got the one for the season pass. August 11th is planned for, so probably like 2 weeks from now. Project Olympus. They're going to be doing voice packs will now be unlocked by default in jungle practice. Something they should have had in the game for I don't know how long now. I don't know. There's so many skins that I actually want to see how the voice pack sounds before I actually buy the voice pack, so I'm not disappointed in wasting 200 gems. You can actually do that now, so that's a huge change. Jungle Fog, they're going to be re-enabling the Jungle Fog and making it so you can't get rid of it. They're going to be adding back, instead of having the Acorn fly around Ratatasker like he currently is, they're going to be taking that away and making his tail more illuminate, just like how he usually was. We got some bug fixes. I'm not going to go over a lot of these. I already looked at them off screen. If you guys want to check these out, you can guys go to the patch page for yourself. A lot of this stuff, I don't know. Conquest getting a visual lighting increase, so it looks a little bit brighter. That's fine. If I were them, actually, I wouldn't even put any more like resources into the Conquest map because you're going to be making an entirely new map in less than like 5 months. I'm not going to complain, but if I were them personally as a dev, I would focus on more skins, new game features, put the resources that you normally put into like maintaining the Conquest map into somewhere else for the time being until we get the new map for Season 8. I'm not going to complain though. I'll take any changes for the Conquest map. For some reason, they're going to be getting rid of Ranga's mask, or Lono's mask, and Boomba's and Messenger's mask. I really don't know why they're even doing this. I don't know. I think the only thing that's really going to be affecting by this item being removed from the game is probably Ra. Ra is like the only character in the game that I sometimes see with Boomba's mask, just because it procs with its passive. And once in a while, you'll see a Kukulkan with Boomba's mask. Apart from that, I don't think like anybody else even used it. If they do, I've never seen it happen. Doesn't mean they need to take them out of the game, though. Stone of Binding is getting a buff. The Reinforced Shoes and the Reinforced Greaves going to be getting a health increase. Achilles is getting a bit of a base damage buff. Athena getting a bit of a buff. Wheeler's got a shitload of buffs in this patch. I think actually Wheeler's going to be really solid next patch. Increase the base mana from 220 to 240, increase the MP5, so you're going to get more mana back over time. Feather Step, increase the damage. Summon Suko, decrease the mana cost, increase the strafe speed. A lot of buffs for Wheelix, huge buffs. Bacchus, they're giving a... Pretty much it was a nerf a couple patches back. They're reverting the nerf. Bastet, one of the worst junglers in the game. I love playing Bastet, but Jesus Christ, she's almost unusable, like, versus most teams. This is the only buff Bastet is getting. She's one of the worst gods in the game. One of the worst win rates, one of the worst pick rates, and this is all the buffs they're going to be giving Bastet. Pounds, increase the physical power scaling from 90 to 100%. What is this going to do for Bastet? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. She needs some huge changes. Like, she's absolutely fucking awful. Like I said, I love to play her, even in, like, ranked. Once in a while, I'll pick her up versus certain teams. If you can play her well, you can make her work at lower ranks and, like, Conquest ranked if you're lower rank. But she seriously drops off versus a lot of teams. She's very situational. Her early game is absolute garbage, too, since they changed the jungle camps. Kraken's getting a bit of buffs. Chalk decreased the cooldown on Rain Dance from 18 to 16 seconds. For some reason, they're buffing Kukulkan, which I think Kukulkan's probably one of the better type of solo laners, even like a jungler currently. I don't know why they're buffing him. Isis is still absolute garbage. Spirit Ball getting a decreased cooldown. Nobody cares. It'll do nothing. Osiris getting a bit of DR damage reduction increase on his Judgment Tether. That's all we got, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm not going to ramble on any longer. In my honest opinion, I think the update's a little bit lacking. Not really too much new, apart from the new assassin, mainly. And maybe like 1 or 2 skins, in my honest opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys in a future video. Thanks for watching.